Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is another episode of 1804 History. Yeah, I know that I said that I was going to do this around 9:30 tonight, but I wanted to get an earlier start because I got stuff to do. Got laundry to do, so so I wanted to start this episode tonight because this is a very special episode for me, very personal episode for me. And I just wanted to just pay homage to my older cousin that a lot of people didn't know who I was related to until now. But yeah, we gonna keep our comments to ourselves because I'm not for the games on here, but we just gonna remember this great man, one of the biggest college football players of all time in the country. And it just, a lot of people just give him a bad name because they didn't know him. They only hear what the media says, they only hear what people say, but they didn't know what kind of man that he was. And I had a hard time accepting when he passed, because he was pretty much one out of 11 people that passed away in my family in 5 years. And he was so young. He was only 38 when he passed. And it just never gets better. And I didn't really get the opportunity to speak at the funeral or whatever, because it was packed. There was a lot of people there, but he got sent off in an honorable way. And I just wanted to, share some memories, because I'm going to do a part 2 to this. I'm going to have somebody add some of his college highlights, his game highlights a little bit later in part 2. But part 1, I just wanted to just share my thoughts about my older cousin. I related to him by my father's side, because both our fathers were brothers. And, he just was a typical dude, funny, silly, had a good heart. He will help anybody. He always helped everybody. So it just makes me mad how the people that he helped and stuff like that, and always came back and showed love, always came back to the hood and everything. And, people was just kicking him while he was down. And I didn't appreciate that. And what really pissed me off was the fact that he wasn't even dead for 24 hours, and you had like every sports news outlet in the country just slandering him. And I remember people talking about, well, I guess he OD'd and this and that. So I had to check these people. I had to cuss a lot of people out. I was like, hey, man, he still got family out here. Y'all watch y'all mouths. Y'all be careful with that. And they was like, well, I'm apologize. I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, you right. You don't know. So watch what the hell you say. Because we still out here and we still riding for him. But yeah, man, he just was always gifted, talented athlete, all-around athlete. He didn't just play one sport. He played football. He played basketball. He ran track. And I was too young to really go to the games like that. But my sister went to school for him. So my sister used to take us to the school, and I used to watch him play football. I saw him run track. One of the fastest human beings ever. Nobody can catch him. Nobody can beat him in no foot race. Like, I just was like, damn, like, this is my blood, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a privilege to watch him play for Saginaw High and watch him play for Michigan State, you know, on TV. And I just never really, you know, wanted to, you know, be like everybody else, you know, when they got a famous cousin and this and that, and tell everybody, oh, that's my cousin and this and that, you know what I'm saying? I never wanted to follow in his footsteps, you know, or try to be in his spotlight, because that was his thing, you know. I was really proud of him. I was really happy that to have somebody in our family to come up like that, to be a celebrity and to make his dreams come true, because he showed me that you can make it, that you can blow up, that you can be successful. You know, he was worth a lot of money, and he really made an impact in his own way, because nobody else broke records like he did. Nobody surpassed him. He still holds records from Saginaw High and at Michigan State. So for people who got so much to say about my cousin and this and that, let's see what y'all can do. Nothing. So, but like I said, we all make mistakes, and he made mistakes. He was a human being. He was a man. But but he was a good person. And every time when I was around him, you know, we would clown each other. You know, we would talk about each other daddies and shit. But we loved each other, you know, a lot of things. We done a lot of things together. And I just remember him just always encouraging me, always telling me to graduate high school, you know, get your education, cuz that's what he always would tell me. He was like, man, you smart, man. Get you a diploma, man. Stay away from these streets and stuff like that. And he was just always like giving. You know, he gave and bought a lot of people cars, and he gave people money. He always came back to the hood and showed love. It was like he wasn't Hollywood. He didn't let the money and success and the fame change him. And I just will always admire him for that he stayed true to himself. And just the fact to have my cousin in a video game, you know what I'm saying, to be on a commercial for Madden 2004. That was dope, you know, next to the legend Ray Lewis. Like, you know, who can top that? And he just was really like one of those people that just would show anybody from the inner city, like, you can make it, you can do it, as long as you stay disciplined, as long as you stay humble. And he always just, you know, came back and showed love. And I just remember, like, one of the memories, it was pretty much the last time I saw him, was our uncle passed away. Our Uncle John passed away. And he was at the funeral and stuff. So I went up to him and, you know, started talking to him. And, you know, I would tell her, like, man, I hate what people saying about you, cuz I get so mad, I want to fight them. You know, I always was defending my cousin. Like, that's with anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can talk about you, but nobody else can talk about you. I'm not having that. So he was like, man, forget them, cuz, man. They would never make it to the NFL. They would never get millions. They would never break the records that I broke. So forget them, and don't even let them people get to you. And I was like, Yeah, man, you right. So we talked. We talked for a minute. We all took a group picture. I gotta find a picture too. Maybe my sister still have it, but we all took a group picture together of me, him, and my cousins. All took a group picture together, like back in 2012 and shit. But yeah, we all had a good time and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I did not know what kind of pressure he was on, because I was 16, 17 when he got drafted. So I didn't know about just the pressure that he was under until I watched the interview he did with Jamel Hill, and he was just talking about it, and I was just like, dang, like I just couldn't imagine being under that amount of pressure or being in his shoes like that. But I really felt bad for him, and I'm not saying that we was really close, because he was more closer than my older cousin Antoine. Shout out to him. But he was more closer to him. But I saw him when I saw him, and he would just always have a smile on his face. He was always happy, even when he wasn't in a good mood. He still always talk to me, still always acknowledge me and stuff. But this city really turned on him. A lot of people call him a bust, but I don't think he was a bust. I think he was a person that accomplished his dreams, and it just didn't happen the way that it intended. Sometimes you just make it to where you want to be, then God call you to do something else, and it just was unfortunate, his passing and stuff. And he had kids out here, he had family out here, and people were just talking shit, and that really made me upset. Just no empathy. And I was just numb, because he's like one of the 80s babies. Well, I would say like one of the first, well, second 80s babies to pass in my family. So it just really woke me, my older cousin up. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when you really lose somebody like that, that's not that much older than you, you really begin to think. You really begin to reflect on things and realize things ain't so serious and so personal after all. Because my family on both sides are very small now, and we all was affected from his death, because he passed after our last grandparent passed. Well, my last grandparent passed, and it was tough. It was really tough, but that's why I do this platform, because I like to keep the people that's no longer here in my family memories alive and their legacies alive. And I really kind of stalled doing this episode, because I wanted to do it for a long time, but I wanted to get my thoughts together. I wanted it to be right. I wanted it to be heartfelt. I just didn't want to, gain any type of attention. I wanted to be more established in my show until I was able to do this, so nobody would think I'm clout chasing. But yeah, this was what I wanted to say at the funeral. I wanted to talk, but his kids spoke on his behalf, so that was fine and that was cool. But yeah, I just really thank him for showing me that anybody can make it. And him being the first millionaire in the family, it's going to make me the second one. And I'm just going to make sure that, I get to know just all my cousins and stuff like that. I want to get to know you cousins. I know we ain't seen each other in some years, but I want to meet y'all. I want to have a relationship with y'all. Just get at me. If y'all know who his sons, daughters is, tag them in this video. Because I got this public. So had them add me, had them contact me. Because, hey, they my second cousins. I want to get to know them. I really don't know how to find them, to be honest with you. So if any of y'all are friends with any of his kids, let them know that I'm reaching out to them and I want to have a relationship with them. And, we could take it from there. But yeah, I miss him every day. I miss his voice. I miss his laugh. I miss him cracking jokes on me and shit. We had some good times. I won't say that we had any times that it was bad, but I just miss him. I miss him a lot because he was a good person. He was a person that despite losing everything, he gained so much. He ended up working at this auto shop and was a general manager. And he was still was trying to fight to the end, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have a part 2 to this video. I'm gonna have somebody add the sports highlights and everything and his interviews, and I really want to do like a special 1804 show chapter 2 exclusive. I want to do a tribute to him because he deserves that. And I want to thank Trail Frazier for the portrait that he painted because he deserved that. And just a lot of people just claim that they love him and this and that. Well, I just really admire the people that does and that genuinely loves him and stuff. But to everybody who dogged him out, everybody who slandered him, who assassinated his character, y'all know where y'all can go. Because y'all can't never even walk in my cousin's shoes. Y'all can't catch no passes. Y'all can't do no 68 catches and 13 touchdowns. So, the hell with y'all. But yeah, I'm going to end this episode. And I just wanted to thank everybody who watched. Thank everybody who commented. And make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. Cashapp, $1804 Show. And I'm out. Peace.